So Hosea is then called upon by God. So he shows up, it's like, God's like, hey, got a word for all of Israel right now. They're in turmoil. And Hosea's got to be like, yes, tell me what they're doing wrong. He says, tell you what, Hosea, marry a prostitute. God, you need to talk to these guys. They're out there worshiping Baal. Tell you what, how about we go with my first suggestion, you marry a prostitute. This is ridiculous. This is not what I had in mind. No, this isn't your love story. This is God's type of love story. And so he says this, he says, when the Lord began to speak by Hosea, he spoke to him, now he's going to speak by him. Now this entire thing, right when he says by, this entire thing is now unfolding in front of Israel. He spoke to him, says, hey, I'm God. He's like, I figured, right? And now God is going to speak prophetically through Hosea to all of Israel, and indeed, don't seclude it to the Old Testament. He's speaking this to us today. That's the point of this book. That's the point of this library. Even in the Old Testament, we've been in the New Testament since Upstream began, no longer. He is speaking to us through Hosea. A lot of you aren't going to like it. You're going to be shocked by it. And the Lord said to Hosea, go take yourself a wife of harlotry. Depending on your translation, it may say whoredom. You got the ESV, it says whoredom. I didn't look at any of the other ones. They all mean the same thing. What do you got? KJV, what's that one? Whoredom? Yeah. Yep. It doesn't matter what you put the word in there, it's not good. And harlotry, I'm going to base this off harlotry. Harlotry means prostitute or a promiscuous woman. Okay? Lady, don't worry. This is not a universal condemnation of women by any means. And I know you know that. This is not a universal declaration of how women are or even how men are. Okay? This is God using a very unique situation to teach his people something at a very critical time in their history. You're in a very critical time in your history right now. You're grasping for authority, you're learning a lot, you're at the stage where you're beginning to branch away from your parents, and I'm willing to bet if you're not founded in here, you don't have a founding. And if you do, it's a false one. And it's not a love story that goes on for all of eternity. The things that you worship, the things that we worship, the things that we identify with, our jobs, our cars, our sports, our Facebook account, our Instagram, for crying out loud, those things will die. In fact, my kids are going to laugh at the thought of Instagram, probably in like 2 years. It's all going to end. But one thing will remain, and that's God's type of love story, as we're going to see. So he says, go take for yourself a wife of harlotry.